This will be part one. This is just kind of a rundown. On Monday, May 13th, 2024, at approximately 12:30 p.m., Gabriel May, my husband, was traveling from Spicewood to Lakeway and had just turned on to Flint Rock Road in Lakeway, Texas. It was raining and the roads were slick. Anyone who lives in Texas knows when you get a good rain, after you haven't had one, the oil builds up on roadways in Texas, and the roads do get very slick. So as he was coming to the end of the guardrail section just before Stephanie Lane, a dump truck driven by Eric Soria Ramos, who was on his way to Denali Pool's work site, working for Davis Pool Steel. All of these companies are in the Austin area. And he failed to follow the advisory speed sign of 25 miles per hour as he was going over a hill just before a curve. His willful disregard and excess speeds caused him to lose control. The rear of his vehicle swung to the left due to his inability to round a curve at this dangerous speed. They were able to establish that he was going a minimum of 42. And again, the advisory speed for this dump truck with a CDL was 25. He crossed the yellow line, causing the left rear panel of his truck to narrowly miss one car and to make contact with the 2022 Ford F-150 driven by Gabriel. The speed caused enough force and forward momentum that the F-150 was crushed into a guardrail, and Ramos continued to slide out of control, ripping the driver's side off of the F-150. I'll try to figure out how to put a photo here. If not, I'll leave the photos of the crash in the comments. Marble Falls police officers notified me at my home that Gabriel was killed. However, Lakeway did not provide them with much information outside of the fact that he had lost his life. It was not until I started my own investigation that I would be able to actually determine what happened. And just to explain that piece, my husband and I, our home was in Marble Falls, Texas. So Lakeway, where he was killed, their police department called Marble Falls before my husband was pronounced, which that'll be a future video. And so Marble Falls came to notify me on behalf of Lakeway because, they were closer to me. I know that I went into the Lakeway Police Department to attempt to get some answers, yet I never actually met the investigating detective, Eliana Vela. Instead, I spoke with a male officer who assured me that they would do everything they could to determine what caused this crash. I was in shock at the time, so I don't remember who I spoke with. On my first New Year's Eve without a partner, December 31st, 2024, while I was on video and audio recorded group therapy sessions, I was in an intensive outpatient therapy, trying to deal with, with grief and with his sudden loss. Detective Vela called to notify me that they would be closing the case due to a lack of evidence of wrongdoing on the part of Eric Soria Ramos. I'm sorry. Davis Pool Steel, or Denali Pools. I was, of course, unaware of any of these cases.